Lecture 6: Organizing and Labeling Sources Inside Your Notebook. Let me ask you something. Have you ever written a paper and couldn't remember where you read a certain quote or stat? You know you saved it somewhere, but now it's buried in a sea of random files. That's what today's lecture is about. Avoiding that chaos by learning how to organize and label your sources inside Notebook LM. This one habit will save you hours of backtracking and confusion down the road. Objectives of the lecture. By the end of this lecture, you will be able to arrange your uploaded sources in a clear and logical order. Use labels and naming techniques to make your notebook easy to navigate. Understand how proper organization boosts productivity and focus. What happens after you upload? For example, we have created one, as you can just click in here. Here you can see, once you upload files to your notebook, whether they are PDFs, Google Docs or text files, Notebook LM treats them as sources. You will see them listed in a panel on the left side. The sources or files you will upload, they will appear in here. But just uploading is not enough. If you don't organize these sources, you are setting yourself up for confusion later. Let's break this down into two smart habits: ordering and labeling. Ordering your sources logically. The default order is based on the upload date. That might be fine for short projects, but for complex projects such as research papers or case studies, it's worth taking a minute to reorder them. Notebook LM allows you to drag and drop your sources, so think about a logical flow. Chronological, for timelines, history papers, or lab journals. Thematic, group articles, reports, and readings under common themes or topics. Type-based, for example, placing government reports first, followed by academic papers, then news articles. Reordering helps you quickly scan your items and where to find them. For example, if you add more files in here, you can add sources in here, and you can select any of these as well. For example, you just want to go with Google Docs. Go to recent and click on here, gender gap, and click on insert. And here you can see you have two different sources in here. Labeling for clarity. Here's where things really get helpful. Each source has a default title, usually the name of the file. Here you can see we have saved these files by these names. But the title might be too long, vague, or full of numbers. For example, article 32 final.pdf. You can rename each source directly inside Notebook LM to make it more straightforward. To rename the sources, you can just click in here, click on rename source, and you can just click in here and type as lecture notes by Sir Stephen, and click on save. Here you can see you have renamed the source in here, and the original name of the file that is saved in your computer is not affected. Use labels that are short but meaningful. Instead of climate paper, rename it to NASA 2021 climate report. Instead of notes week 2, go to Professor Lee's lecture week 2. If you're using multiple sources from the same author or institution, you can add tag to distinguish them. For example, UN Report Refugees 2023 versus UN Report Education Access 2022. This kind of labeling becomes especially important when you start asking questions inside the notebook. Notebook LM references your sources in the background, and having clearly named sources help the AI provide more accurate and relevant responses. Use consistent abbreviations. If you are labeling multiple items from a recurring source, for example, journal articles from the Lancet, use a consistent short form like Lancet Air Quality 2019 or Lancet Urban Health 2021. It makes your notebook look clean and purposeful. Organizing your notebook is not just about tidiness, it's a thinking tool. The clearer your sources are, the easier it is to connect ideas, cite correctly, and get better results from the AI assistant. Think of your notebook like your workspace. Clean it up, label it smartly, and it will work for you, not against you.